Stargirl said, this weekend I learned Moyes is a conspiracy nut. Yeah, so on the David Moyes stuff, like, I don't understand what the Everton fans are cry-arsing about. So, they're moaning about Dewsbury Hall's red card, or excuse me, yellow card. Fair enough. It was a stupid yellow card. I think most Liverpool fans would agree he shouldn't have got a booking. But it didn't change the game. It didn't do anything different. And with regards to David Moyes crying about 3-minute stoppage time, well, I'm going to give you a quote from our manager who's right. But firstly, we'll watch the game back. There was 3 blocks of substitutions in the second half at 30 seconds per block. That's 1.5 minutes. I think 3 minutes was right. There wasn't many stoppages. But the most important point in all of this has been lost, and Arna made it today. He said, I would have loved to play on for 3 or 4 seconds more because we were in a 5v2 situation, which we were. So Everton fans and Moyes and anybody else cry-arsing about the time, the most likely outcome there was that we went down the other end and scored because we were on the counter when the ref blew up. So I really don't get what Moyes is cry-arsing about. Losing 2-1 not good enough, Dave? You wanted to lose 3-1 instead? Because that's the likelihood of what was going to happen. People are losing their minds. They need to grow the fuck up. Honestly. Everton just can't handle again another game they didn't win. They got a very, very contentious equaliser in the last game at Goodison, and they didn't deserve anything from the game at Anfield. And I've been on here and I've said I think that was one of their better performances at Anfield. I think this version of Everton under David Moyes is one of the better Everton sides I've seen in a while. But they still deserve nothing from the game. Oh, actually, while we're talking about Everton, let's get back to David Moyes for a minute and his little wah. Like, somebody needs to give... This is why I've no respect for a lot of journalists. Some journalists I do, some journalists I don't. But when David Moyes is sitting there in his press conference at Anfield after being beaten again, and he starts crying about 3 minutes, surely to fuck somebody could have stood up, grown a pair, and said, hey, David, you know the extra injury time you were looking for? What may have happened, David, if there was another minute? Considering, as our manager pointed out, we had a 5v2 on a counter-attack that at the very least was going to end up in a strike on goal, probably was going to end up with another goal. But yeah, once again, a manager sits up there at the top table talking shit and nobody has the backbone to call him on it. Why are you in the job? Honestly, it takes our manager to come out with it. Why is nobody there going, Moisey, you're talking shit? I would, you would, but, you know, we're not serious people. Arna said, I would have loved to play for 3 or 4 seconds more because we were in a 5v2 situation. The 3 minutes were completely correct, by the way, because there were only 3 moments where a sub was made. And he's spot on. And go back and watch the second half as well. There was very little stoppages. One of the stoppages came with the free kick right at the end. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the ref played 4 minutes. I haven't got the exact number to hand, but I'm almost certain he played extra time anyway. So what is he moaning about? And this Keenan Dewsbury Hall free kick nonsense as well. So what? He got a yellow card. Did he deserve one? No, he didn't. Would it change the game? No, not for a second. So what are they crying about? Why can't Moyes just show a bit of decency and go, I thought we put in a good shift. I thought we responded really well to going behind. I thought we played ourselves back into the game and we're unlucky to be leaving here with nothing. And I don't think many of us would have said anything. But no, as always, has to be hard done by. Have to try to pacify the Everton fan base with more bollocks. And that's all it is. It's nonsense. So this is why I lose my rag with journalists a lot of the time. You all sit there saying nothing when these lads are taking the piss, sitting up there, spouting him, Guardiola, Arteta, spouting nonsense after nonsense after nonsense, and nobody calls them on it.